undersearched. You know, like you know how many gangster Asians are just running like drug rings, like prostitution rings, like gambling rings, like crazy, right?
That's
And they
very.
go undercover.
It's really weird. In 1985, I read this book called Snowblind, and it ricocheted me into another book, and it ricocheted me into another book. And guys, I can't tell you everything I read, but I read one about how the Chinese were putting heroin in this country through Toronto for years. They took proof to the DEA. And the DEA was like, those people are the nicest fucking people in the world. Like they've never had one at the time of this printing, this author went out of his way to say, either we're that naive or that fucking smart. I went with the other. I went with that fucking smart. I went with that fucking smart. They're professional all the way to the end. The guys that moved the heroin, they still go to work every morning. They live in an apartment with 8 fucking other families in the same fucking apartment. They all work at the restaurant together. He's still sweating back there. And then at night he slips out in a little fucking Volkswagen. He goes to meet with these guys and they exchange $200,000 and they got tattoos and the whole fucking deal. The move of the century was the Yakuza, what they did to UCLA when they bought the kidneys and people died and fucking got sued. When the 2 Yakuzas went to their feds and said, we have tons of information worldwide. We do business with everybody. We do major league business with everybody. We want to come in. We're sick of the Yakuza. They went into the feds. The feds said, really? What do you want in exchange? We want federal protection in the United States. But before anything, we want to get new kidneys because the ink they use in Japan for the tattoos.
Oh no.
Killed their kidneys?
And their culture does not believe in replacing kidneys in Japan. So they were like, yup. And I'll tell you what, not just me, but also my Goombah, he's coming also. They came into UCLA with a plane. They donated 2 mil, 3. Go online, Lee. It's hard. It's fucking gangster shit. They had a whole thing on it on 60 Minutes. Gangster. They went and donated 3 mil here, 3 mil here, 3 mil here. Got put number 1 on the kidney. Got 2 fucking kidneys. They got back on a private jet and went right back to Japan. Told the United States, suck my dick and call me shorty. I was born in 1940. Never came back. Big embarrassment for the United States.
Wow.
Big embarrassment for the United States.
That's crazy. Yeah, it happened in '08.
Wow.
The UCLA Medical Center and its most accomplished liver surgeon provided a life-saving transplant to one of Japan's most powerful gang bosses. Holy
and there were like 9 people on the list. We're next. Japan went over, gave everybody like $1 million. Here. Fuck it, you're gonna die. You got $1 million. You got sushi, whatever you want. Come to Japan. Tattoos are on me. Fucking, he went right
Holy
back.
Holy shit.
Gangster shit. Listen, man. Mike Kessler grew up in New York City. I grew up going over there. And then as I got older, and they told me what it represented, Chinatown, I went, Jesus Christ, all these people here. These people were so powerful in the mid-'80s, they pushed the mafia out. They shrunk. Little Italy used to be huge. They shrunk little fucking Italy. Old school, shooting them, telling them to suck their dick, they're taking their heroin back. Yeah, because the Chinese people, they're nice people. They don't bother nobody. They'll karate chop you and blow a dart at you. But besides that, they don't bother nobody, these poor people. They cook, they do the whole thing. So they would give the heroin to these fucking gangsters for $50,000 a kilo, make $25,000 a kilo. These gangsters were making $400,000 a kilo, cutting it in half and selling it to fucking the brothers in Harlem, the Puerto Ricans in the Bronx, and they fucking became millionaires. The Chinese found out about this and said, we got to renege on this deal. And we're not going to just renege. We got to take these money. You can't take money out of somebody's pocket like that. You pull your money out like that, they're gonna slay us, or we're gonna slay them. So it started like in '83, little by little. They just kept moving up and said, "Listen, we're taking the heroin trade back."
Did they have guns or?
Oh no, they went in there with karate suits and wrestled them to death. They had fucking machine guns and fucking balls of steel. You know, it's amazing. It started like in '82 when the Chinese said, "Fuck it, we're first off, we're way smarter than them, way smarter. They just sell it for us because we have no muscle. We bring it all the way from the fucking jungles of Burma, where there ain't no law. It's every man for himself. So we're bringing it all the way over here for the set price was making. I don't know if it's $50,000. I'm just telling you a price. But they weren't getting the cut of what was coming from it. It's like you shooting Spider-Man 3 at making $200 billion and you just getting scale for the day. Right or wrong?
Right.
You're like, somebody's making fucking bank. The Chinese took command of that back. And, you know, what they do is the Chinese, I guess, teamed up with gangsters in Toronto. There's a family up in Toronto, a popular family. And they teamed up with motorcycle gangs. And they were the direct link to the bananas. They had that white, because that white heroin, it's where it's at. Yeah, Mexican heroin is great, you know. But that fucking white heroin that De Niro was doing in fucking Once Upon a Time in America, that's the shit right there. That's the giddy get. With the little fucking, well, that's opium, really. I fucked up there.
So is heroin a powder?
It comes like a white powder. Yeah,
And then
like
you mix it and
Yeah.
put it in a needle and then shoot up?
And fucking blast it off the Lallaville.
Wow.
So it's fucked up how. It's weird because when I came from Cuba on 88th Street, where I drove by a couple weeks ago, it's a complete different neighborhood. 2 doors down, there was a Chinese family, and the father drew for Schultz. And I was friends with the girl. I was like a boyfriend. I go, we play. I ate there. They had the candy with the paper on it. I'll never forget that, being a little kid. And then on Saturdays, he would invite 10 kids over to the screening of, Disney, whatever his fucking name is. But I always talk about this. It's so weird how Bruce Lee changed everything. Once Bruce Lee came, fucking Asians were like, now what? Bitches.
They were walking around like pussies before?
No, not pussies. They were just their culture is not a flashy culture.
Right.
Except for maybe Japan. Koreans are crazy, like your family's crazy, right or wrong? Like old school Koreans, they drink. Koreans are like the Irish of the Orient, I heard. I heard they're whiskey drinking.
They're like the 5th most drinking country in in the world.
In the world. They don't fuck around.
Yeah, it's like drinking is a big problem for a lot of
And they don't drink Zima
Koreans.
either in Korea. They drink
whiskey.
Soju.
What's
soju?
I don't know. It's like sake but Korean, you know? But it's like it has a fruit taste to it. So you can get watermelon soju and get fucked up.
I see what you're saying.
And you don't even know because it's delicious. It's like candy. Yeah.
Now, were you born in Korea?
No.
Chicago.
It's not English that bad?
No. Just curious.
I was born in Chicago.